Freebie and my channel is PurpleGlimmerBudgets. I decided to go ahead and vlog again, so I'm going to take you along with me going back to work. I'm not sure if the previous vlogging I did is going to be in this video or if I've separated it in its own video, but I vlogged the day after I kind of got over being sick. That went pretty well. I don't know, I haven't edited any of the footage, so it's either going to be its own video or that's going to be the beginning of this video. Apologize for the dog whining down here. He's having to chill out with me in the basement because my husband's upstairs on a job interview. So he's down here with me and he doesn't really like that. In my last vlog, you had me like kind of going crazy with my printer. I think that was the first day my big kids went to school. So I worked for about a couple hours, got myself up and going with some orders to go out later that day, and I just decided to call it quits. Well, that weekend, I decided I wanted to go ahead and finish doing some printing. Well, my printer decided to finally die, and so I have had to get a new printer. Well, not get one. I had one sitting in a box over there that I just didn't take the time to unbox and set up. So I set that up. That was a blast. I use HP printers. They are very affordable to print with and have good quality. I use HP Instant Ink. The problem with HP printers when you buy them is they give you a baby cartridge to start with. So within 36 pages, I was already out of ink. So tried calling them up to expedite ink cartridges. They said that they would, so I was supposed to get them. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow. Well, I checked tracking and it's not even in the post office's possession, so I'm like, you guys didn't expedite my ink. So needless to say, I had to go out and buy some ink, so I'm going to be loading that into my new printer today. So my printer came with like 3 months free of Instant Ink, so both times I talked to them, I'm like, is there something you guys can do for me with this inconvenience, because I'm out of ink. I didn't expect ink to go through that fast. I'm like, can you give me like another month on my Instant Ink subscription trial, because I'm gonna be having ink I'm having to pay with. Is there something we can do? So Sunday they just didn't really care, and then today when I called up, I'm like, hey, you guys messed up this time. What can we do? I did finally get a supervisor on the phone, and he agreed to give me one additional month of Instant Ink because he saw where it's coming from, because as I'm printing on this, that's days of my trial that I'm not really taking advantage of, so it's just not fair in my opinion. So, and then he also did expedite out some ink cartridges because I have not used this one because these are different cartridges than what my other printer had. So I don't know how fast I'm going to go through these, and I just went ahead and got the regular style because they come in XLs. I'm like, let me just get this. Let me go as cheap as possible. So that's what I've done. Also because we're kind of broke, because today is officially day 2 of my husband not having a job, and we found out that I guess you can only have one unemployment claim in one state for an entire 12 months, which I didn't realize that. I thought like you could close that claim out and then start with a new one, or you could transfer it. You can't do that. So he's stuck on Missouri unemployment until he gets a job, and that is a complete and utter joke because, again, it's at most $320 a week, which sucks because if he was on Illinois, it would be $802. So that was a bit of a bummer, but on the plus side, we have gotten our Medicaid extended into at least September, so that is awesome. So that's like $900 a month that we don't have to spend, because when we were on healthcare.gov, it was gonna be $900 a month, and all of my doctors take it. I actually have a specialist appointment this Friday. It was supposed to be the following week, but I moved it up to Friday in case my husband does get a job, that doesn't become a fiasco. And they said, hey, we have a new appointment available, and I'm like, sure. So Friday I'm going, and I give them all my Medicaid information. They take it, so that's good to go. I'm super excited. It's an endocrinologist. I've been meaning to go to one for like the longest time. I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, so I know I have that going on, and with that there's a lot of like hormonal issues, and so I'm like, I really want to go see an endocrinologist. I seen one back when I was in college, and that was a joke. I did not like him very much. So I'm hoping that this one is good, because basically I went to there because I was trying to figure out what was going on, because I've kind of had these problems since forever. I just can have really high energy and then it's gone, and I know it has something to do with like hormone levels or something. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I also know that I have really, really high levels of insulin in my blood. That's been something that's come up over blood work a few times. I guess that's not something they test very often, so the doctors that I had been seeing previously were like, well, we don't test that, so they didn't pay attention to it. But every time I request that to be drawn, it does show that I have a high level of insulin. So there's something metabolically going on, hence why I'm overweight too. So I wanted to kind of get an idea of what's going on there, because eventually I am pretty sure that I'm going to go to being a type 2 diabetic. It's just kind of in my genes. My dad ended up finding out post-mortem that he was diabetic, and that helped contribute to his heart attack he had when I was 12. So I'm like, I just kind of want to get myself and my health under control here soon. So I'm really excited to start kind of seeing some specialists and do that, because I'm like, I want to figure something out. So also, fun fact, again, this is kind of going crazy, my brain's a little weird, so just random tangent. Just fun fact, when I was younger, before I had our first child, I actually had the lap band, and it did really well for me. I lost a bunch of weight, got under 200 pounds. I was super excited, got to a size that I kind of liked. I wasn't necessarily at goal weight, but I was significantly smaller than I am now. Speed forward. The reason why I did choose the lap band is because I liked that if and when I got pregnant, there was the adjustability, so I could like unfill the band and have more ability to eat. And then once I gave birth, I could refill it and stuff like that. So that's why I liked it. Well, let's just say that the band is not a very preferred form of surgery anymore, at least from what I'm seeing. And I completely understand why. After I had my oldest, within 4 months of having him, my band basically like failed. Like it got to the point where like I could barely eat a Slim Fast shake. So like I was trying to drink a shake and it just wouldn't go down. So I saw my surgeon, he's like, yep, that's gotta come out. So I had it out, and obviously I've packed on all kinds of weight, and plus I've had 3 kids since then, which that does a lot for you. So just been up and down and up and down. So I'm like, there's something going on hormonally, metabolically. I'm like, I want to start getting some answers. And so this is kind of step 1. So I'm really excited about that. So anyways, back to me actually working. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and then get this installed into my printer, and then I'm gonna print up a bunch of paper. So I might set you guys up to watch print and put some b-roll in, I don't know. Otherwise I just might kind of check back in with you and show you how much paper I've gotten printed and whatever. I was able to get some of my like small disc binders fully printed. I'm gonna not open that up anymore. So I have all of the cards for the butterfly one, and then I have the Save 2026 and 2025. I was able to get the covers printed for the butterfly binder. I got 1 set of covers printed for the Save 2026 and 2026. Hold on. My dog's at my feet in the way. So I got this done. I just have to pop it off. I printed another one, and then I went to cut it, and it cut it bad. So I'm going to have to redo that. So let me just pop this off really quick. So these covers are fine. So I just kind of pop them off there. I have to print another set of these covers because it messed up. I also did some, when I was switching over the printer, I also did some test prints just to kind of see how the colors were. Luckily the colors match pretty well on this print, and I do have to redo the cover of this. However, I did find that the colors are a little bit different when it comes to this print. You can kind of see a difference there. The colors are a little bit different. So if you've ordered this from me in the past, unfortunately, due to the fact that I've had to switch printers, the colors are going to be a little bit different. Now, I am not intermixing old prints with new prints because that would drive me nuts. So I don't want to chance that someone else is as neurotic as I am, and it would drive them nuts. So I'm just doing all new printing with new printing. So a lot of my like scraps that I've been hoarding, I'm just gonna have to let those go because the colors won't match. But the good thing is I do really like the new print better. It has just a little bit higher quality. So I don't want you to think if you have my old prints that the quality is like trash, because I don't use printers that don't have good printing. I do focus on high quality printers. So it's just the colors are going to be a little bit different, and it could also be because I'm comparing a laminated to an unlaminated, because basically what's going on is that this kind of comes across a little bit more sepia than what this does, and so I'm like those don't look the same. Now I do know sometimes the laminating sheets do yellow a tint, like a very, very, very minor bit, so that could be why it looks a little bit more sepia. So I haven't laminated any of my new printing yet. I'm getting ready to do that here soon after I send a bunch to print. So I need to definitely laminate this and send a whole bunch of other stuff to print. So I will check back in with you there. I think I have an entire set of the butterfly, Midnight Butterfly. I think I have a whole entire set of this printed, and then I have another set that I have to print. So I'm going to take care of that as well, and then kind of check back in with you guys and see what I can get done. So let me see what else I kind of have order wise. I know I have a bunch of bingos to do, and I don't think I have enough cards, the draw cards of the bingos. So I know I'm going to need to print those. Why is this not working? I'm just looking over what I have. So I have 3 bingo challenges. They are all A6. So I need to get those done, and those won't be a problem. And then I have some things that require some customizations. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, those are probably just gonna get pushed a little bit because those take a little bit longer. I wanna kind of crank out what I can today. Yeah. So it looks like I tried to the last time print a 5K large butterfly bundle, which is what this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and print that, and then I'm gonna count to see how many sheets of this I have, and then print the remainder of those, and then those can get laminated. And then let's see what else I have. I have a Alana Trifold red starter kit with some additional red envelopes. Someone bought my red, purple, and green. Let's see. Sorry, I just got a message about my kids. So I got someone purchased 3 sets of my double pocket tabbed envelopes. Another caddy bundle. I do have to say thank you so much for those of you who have bought my caddy bundles. You've blown me away. I am a very small shop, so I put 5 of those in stock, and I think that's all I did. I might have added an additional 2 more because I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna sell through them very fast. Let's just start with 5 and see where we go. Well, y'all blown me away. I'm like down to like 1 remaining of the 5 that I put in stock, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. I just didn't expect that. I'm a very, very tiny shop, so I was not expecting to sell that fast. Also, I did place an order with my supplier to get more of my A6 Alana Nor binders in stock, so those will be coming. They did just ship, however, it does take quite a while for them to get from China here, so that'll be a little while. I also got a order in for the A5 Alanas. I'm doing the Nor version, so it'll be the dark purple and then the black ring, so I'm really excited to see those. So those are coming as well, so I'm super excited about that. So once I get those in hand, that'll also allow me to put some more in stock for the caddy bundle, because I'm basically having to balance having inventory to fulfill binder only. I'm going to turn this laminator off because it's clicking. It's my bad laminator. Binder only orders as well as the bundle. So I've got to go back and count my inventory to see how many of the dark purples I have, and then balances properly across those 2. So it also looks like I have some personalized trackers to make. So I don't see myself being able to do that today. And then it looks like I have an A5 bingo, so that's awesome. I will be able to do the 3 A6 bingos and A5 in 1 sheet. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here with talking to you guys because I could just talk your ear off. I'm very chatty. So I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna get some more work done. So I'm gonna print out a bunch of things and then just kind of regroup and go from here. But I'm hoping that I can maybe push out some orders either today or tomorrow. So that's my goal here. So I will check back in with you in a little bit. Bye. As I was getting ready to turn off the camera for now, I wanted to pop back in here and mention I've been having all kinds of fun technology things. So I run 2 laminators at a time, and I actually have 3. one was not in very good shape and the other one was also not in very good shape, and I have one that's really, really good. Well, the two that are not very good shape, I think I'm finally at the point where I'm like, I'm done, they're not gonna work anymore. So I had a backup from like my first model laminator. Originally when I first started doing my shop, I used this laminator, this Scotch laminator. It's fun to deal with. In fact, I'm gonna turn it off because this is always like falling down, and so it was just a nightmare to work with. So it's not my preference, although it does run faster than the other one. And then this is the Scotch laminator that I use mostly. So I had 3 of these, 2 of them, they're dead. So that was awesome. So this week, not only have I should say not this week, this month have I not only been sick and got over sickness and then tried to work and then had my printer die, now I've had my laminator die. So that's been a lot of fun. So, hey guys, I decided to check back in with you guys. So while I was working, I went ahead and got 3 sets of my bingo draw cards printed, cut and laminated, or I should say laminated and then cut. And then I went ahead and laminated and finished printing the 2 full sets for the Midnight Butterfly Challenge that goes in my caddy bundle. That's currently exclusive with my caddy bundle, but when I get a chance, I will probably list this separately with some other options. But for right now, it's an exclusive to my caddy bundle. And then I went ahead and printed the inserts out for the large butterfly savings challenge that I need to do. I haven't cut either one of these sets. I plan on cutting those later. I also will need to redo and print and cut new of my Midnight Butterfly bookmarks because I want to make sure that the colors all match. So I have sold 1 caddy and it's caddy bundle and it's gone out, and so I'm not sure if she's received it yet or not because I haven't got any notification on like a review or anything. But hers was from like the first batch, so all of those colors are fine. So I'll just do this next batch new. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. Also, I have I haven't weeded, but I went ahead and cut all the vinyl for the bingo challenges, so those should get done pretty quickly too. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. I've been working for about like an hour or so. I need to kind of take a break. My husband just announced over the Alexa that his interview's over, so I'm gonna go ahead and go up there and debrief with him and see how it did. Honestly, this interview that he had, it's not something that, it's a good job and it would be nice, but it's not the one that we're like the most excited for. He did have a on-site interview with another company, I think it was yesterday, and that went really, really well. He's supposed to go back on site later this week to meet with one of the other members of the family. It's a family-owned company, so that is promising. So that would be really exciting if like towards the end of the week it's like he has a job offer. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up because we had our hopes like super high when he was interviewing for a regional hospital to be their controller, and that was a complete and utter letdown. So anyways, I will check back in with you guys later, or maybe in a day or so, I'm not sure, and kind of show you where I'm at. So until then. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, it's another day, new outfit. So I didn't come back to doing work yesterday because my older boy, or my 2 boys and my oldest daughter had football and cheer. Well, actually I should say my oldest son had football and my oldest daughter had cheer. Our younger son, we didn't realize that his football practice got canceled because the other school, the other elementary school in the district was having their PTO meeting that day. So that coach had moved that practice to a different day, which is fine. So he was happy because he got to play with his friend who cheers with our daughter, because the cheer practice only lasts an hour, whereas football practice lasts 2 hours. So he got to play with her for an hour, so that's exciting. Let's see. And then that's kind of what I did. So I am back. As you can see, I'm kind of looking down. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera right now. I'm doing some vinyl weeding and really regretting the cut settings that I cut this on yesterday. I had a bad feeling that they weren't going to be right. They're good enough to cut them, but it makes weeding a lot harder. So I'm having to be really careful here. I might need to change my blades soon. I'm just trying to get with my blades as long as possible, and I think I'm using them longer than they really can, but that's fine. I think I should be able to go ahead and salvage this cut. So I'm just gonna finish weeding this one. I weed at the main part, and then I will pause because I probably need to concentrate on that. So anyways, to recap yesterday, I got the inserts of the butterfly savings challenge laminated and printed. So I'm gonna need to cut that today. And then I have 2 of the midnight butterfly. So that's what I'm gonna try to work on this morning. I talked to my husband. I was wanting to stay home last night rather than go to football, but my husband's like, I don't even really want to go to football. So I'm like, fine, whatever, I'll go. And then he's like, well, I told you could stay home. So it was a lot of bickering yesterday. So I told him, like, well, if I go to football, I need you to help me today. And he like stuffs my binders for me because I'm like, you can't really mess that up. So I have him do that. So we'll see if he does that for me this morning or not. So I want to get these cut so that way I have more binders for him to stuff. I have 2 of my small binders over there. It was the Save 2026 and 2026. I have 2 of those cut, and then a small butterfly over there ready to go for him to stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here. Might make some B-roll, not sure, of me cutting and finishing weeding this, and then I'll check back in with you. I figured I'd just pop back on here and kind of go over what I was able to get done. I don't really have a lot to show because I went ahead and already packaged up some orders. I have 2 kids with therapy appointments today, so I'm going to be kind of going kind of crazy today. I have to go pick up the first one around noon, plus our doors are supposed to be being replaced today, but we haven't heard anything about that, so it's going to get a little crazy here, so I just went ahead and packed those up. I got 4 orders with my bingo game shipped out. There was another order that had an A5 Alana, my Discman wallet, some sleeves for the wallet, and then my small butterfly binder. That was one of the binders I had my husband actually go in and stuff. So I do all the cutting and I assemble it, except for I have him stuff all the little cards in there. So he did that for me. I had another order for the sparkle cover only large butterfly, so I had those, and then I had another order for the A7 Alana starter set with the red and then additional red sleeves, so that's 7 orders. And then the 8th order was an order of 2 each of my purple double pocket tabbed envelopes, green and red of each of those, so a total of 6 of my tabbed envelopes. So I went ahead and packaged this up. I got 1 set of my midnight butterfly cut. I still have to cut the cover, dashboard, whatever you want to call it for that. And then I will have everything to be able to put together 1 of my caddy bundles. I have 3 on order. 1 is a little bit customized, so that one is going to take a little while. And then also to kind of update on my whole fun tech fiasco, I have officially run out of ink in my tricolor cartridge, so the color cartridge. So this is exactly why I do HP Instant Ink. So good news is my ink cartridges is supposed to be delivered tomorrow, so I can be back up and running and print some more. So there's really not a lot of more interesting things for me to kind of take you along. So when I first started working today, it was around 6:30. It is currently 9:30. I took about 30 minutes to an hour off to get my kids off to school. So been working for about 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it good. I'm still kind of recovering from the sickness. I mean, I feel better, but when I get to working, I start getting like cold sweats and stuff. So it's probably time for me to just kind of take it easy and rest. So I got 8 out of my 19 orders done, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I will go ahead and drop those off at the post office sometime during my fun running, because I have to pick my first kid up around noon. Well, his appointment's at noon, so I gotta get him around like 11:40, 11:45, get him to his appointment, take him back, so he'll get back around 1. Then all of my kids, well, my youngest gets off at school around 2:05, 2:15ish, and then my big kids get off at 2:30, and then I think I get to run my other kid to the therapy appointment because it's at 3, and then get her home, and then they have cheer and football practice again tonight. It's all 3 of them, but I think I might just not go. I don't know. We'll see. If I go, I'm gonna make sure my husband brings the chair because he forgot our little folding chair. So anyways, that's all I have for you today, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. Hopefully I have some decent footage to kind of get a vlog again. I'm not sure if this is going to be a compilation of 2 vlogs together, or if I've split them up, or what it's going to be. So you will have known by now if it was a separate vlog or not. So I will catch you guys in one of my next videos. When that's going to be, I'm not 100% sure. I really want to get back into cash stuffing, but with my husband not having a permanent role, that's very difficult. So I am hoping we get good news this week or next week that he ends up landing this job that he has been interviewing for. So if he does, then I can get back to cash stuffing and kind of rebuild our savings that we've depleted through 6 months of unemployment, underemployment, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.